Good evening, and thank you for joining me on Black News Tonight. I'm Marc Lamont Hill. In recent years, we've told so many stories, and we've heard so many stories about black women being harmed. And tonight, we're dealing with yet another awful tragedy. Just a month ago, we were talking about Makayla Bryant, who lost her life at the hands of police, and now another story surrounding the death of a black LGBTQ teen. According to reports, 16-year-old Makayla Miller was found April 18th hanging from a tree along a trail near her home. The teen was a student at a mostly white high school, and while the DA's office indicated that her death was not suspicious, she did acknowledge a relationship breakup the day before that triggered a fight. A full autopsy report from the medical examiner has not yet been released. Investigators are still interviewing witnesses. In Georgia, a municipal board in Atlanta has ruled that the former police officer who fatally shot Rayshard Brooks was wrongfully fired. Garrett Rolfe shot and killed Brooks during a confrontation in a Wendy's parking lot last June. Brooks wrestled with police and took another officer's taser before Rolfe shot him. Rolfe also faces felony murder and aggravated assault charges. His attorney said he wants to get his client back to work, but that Rolfe's reinstatement will likely take some time. Meanwhile, attorneys for Rayshard Brooks' family say they just want to see Rolfe held accountable.
We all heard the mayor and the former chief of police come before the world and announce they were firing the officers and justice will come and things of that nature. But we find it mind-boggling that our elected officials and the former chief weren't aware of the proper procedure to fire an officer. So now it is questions of, was that done to temporarily pacify the protesters and the people around the world that were upset? And we find it unbelievable that they didn't know about this process. African Americans in this country, when it comes to civil rights, don't want temporary pacification. They want justice.
Atlanta police issued a statement saying the board's ruling reversing Rolfe's firing doesn't mean he didn't violate department policy. The APD says it will do a separate assessment to see if an additional investigation is needed. In other news, there's a push in Chicago for the release of decades-old records from that counterintelligence program that monitored the Black Panthers and Fred Hampton. It's a bill proposed by Democrat Representative Bobby Rush, who co-founded the Black Panther Party's Illinois chapter and, of course, was a close friend with Fred Hampton. The bill mandates the disclosure of secret FBI files related to Hampton's death, as well as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It would also remove the name of J. Edgar Hoover from the FBI headquarters in Washington. A Tennessee representative is under fire tonight. Representative Justin Lafferty. He made some comments yesterday during a speech on the House floor. Lawmakers were debating legislation aimed at limiting what public and charter schools can teach students about the influence of institutional racism and privilege. And that includes, of course, critical race theory. Take a listen to Representative Lafferty as he talks about the 3/5 compromise.
The 3/5 compromise was a direct effort to ensure that Southern states never got the population necessary to continue the practice of slavery everywhere else in the country. What does that mean? Appropriation based on population. That's how we pick. Everybody in here knows we've got 9, I hope I'm right, 9 state representatives. By limiting the number of population in the count, they specifically limited the number of representatives that would be available in the slave-holding states, and they did it for the purpose of ending slavery, well before Abraham Lincoln, well before a Civil War. Do we talk about that? I don't hear that anywhere.
Well, when you know, you know. And when you don't, you really don't. The 3/5 compromise was an agreement between delegates from the northern and southern states that said 3/5 of the slave population would be counted for determining direct taxation and representation in the House of Representatives. Now, we just listened to Representative Lafferty say the 3/5 compromise was to make sure southern states never got the population necessary to continue slavery. That's not exactly true, but this is nothing new to the GOP. State Representative Lafferty is just one in a list of Republicans who love to rewrite history. Last month in Colorado, Democratic State Representative Jennifer Bacon injected this much-needed perspective into the debate on the importance of civic education.
particularly as we talk about civics and history. We talk about the root of the Constitution, we talk about the values and ideals in them, but I have to say, as someone who is recognized as 3/5, we do need to understand each other when we talk about these things. I would say that the founding of this country was rooted in protest. And the things that we see in our communities happening, we can do two things about it. One, we can help our communities and our students understand the structures of this country, the rules and policies, so we can know how to engage to maybe not have to do something and seeking out attention, or we can respect it, because what is also deeply rooted in this Constitution are the freedoms of speech, are the freedoms of assembly. And just because we talk about it doesn't mean that we want to cancel someone else.
I agree wholeheartedly. The big issue here that we see with Representative Lafferty is partly about just an ignorance to history. And of course, he later acknowledged that he hadn't read up on it, that he was only going from memory. Well, sir, you can't just spitball from memory when you're speaking before a body of Congress, and when your words will go out not just among the Congress and not just around the country, but indeed around the world. There are so many people who read your words, who hear your words, who will take them as facts simply because you said them. While that's not the ideal situation, it is our reality. So you got to be a little more careful. So let me be very clear here. The 3/5 compromise was not some Abraham Lincoln attempt to dismantle or destroy slavery. To the contrary, it was a concession, but it was a concession designed to please the slave-holding South. It embedded slavery into our Constitution. It allowed the South to have a stronger body and a stronger voice inside of the Congress. To be clear, yes, they wanted 5/5 of their slave-holding population of their enslaved population to be counted. Yes, they wanted all of it. And yes, they made a concession. 3/5 was indeed a literal compromise, but the point of the compromise wasn't to tear slavery away. The South and the North weren't coming up with some intricate plot to slowly make slavery dissipate. No. The plan for the 3/5 compromise was very simple. It was to appease the South, to make them happy, but to ensure that the South still had extraordinary control over American government. And also, while that's happening, don't forget that black folk, enslaved Africans, still didn't have a voice in Congress. We still weren't citizens. We still weren't people in the minds of the law or the American public. So let's never romanticize that moment. Let's never pretend that this was some idyllic past where people were fighting to end slavery. If white folk wanted to end slavery, slavery would have been ended. But as Lincoln told us, even after the Emancipation Proclamation, if I could save the Union and not end slavery, I would do that. His fundamental preoccupation was not ending slavery, it was to save the Union. We got to always remember that when we think about the stories they tell us, and that's why it's so important for us to tell history accurately. Anyway, we want you to join this conversation too, because we want to hear from you. Make sure you head over to our BNC program on Instagram and Twitter pages. You can go to the BNC News Facebook page as well. We're everywhere. You can also go to our website, bnc.tv, and check us out. Coming up next on Black News Tonight, there's new ground being broken every single day in entertainment and sports media. And fortunately, there's somebody out here repping hard for Black excellence. That's right, the man himself, broadcaster and actor Stephen A. Smith, is plotting a takeover of yet another lane. We're going to talk to him about his new nighttime series, Stephen A.'s World. Can't wait to talk to my brother. Up next, though, critical race theory has become the new boogeyman. I'll talk to an African-American studies scholar to find out what it's all about and why Republican states are in a race to ban it in schools. Stay with me.